Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Your Morning Drive. I am Logan with a hoarse voice for whatever reason. So if you hear me do that here and there, forgive me. The allergy season is kicking my butt. It's funny because I told myself like 2 weeks ago, I was like, oh man, this allergy season, I'm doing great so far. No, spoke way too soon. And look what I did to myself. But anyway, thank you for tuning in today. I'm excited you're here. Let's get started. We're recording today's show from the home of Your Morning Drive, which is 216 Co-working, located in downtown Cartersville. 216 offers private offices, team suites, and meeting rooms built for professionals, remote workers, and growing teams. With 24/7 access, high-speed internet, furnished office spaces, and a polished business-ready environment, it's a strong option for anyone working across Bartow County and beyond. Whether you need a dedicated office or flexible workspace near 75, 216 Co-working has you covered. To learn more, visit their website, book a tour, and join us at 216. Of course, this podcast is also proudly sponsored by Cartersville Living. Powered by Best Version Media, their magazine is your go-to source for uplifting local content, expert insights, community events, and more. They're bringing people together every month with compelling stories and informative articles from around town. Each new edition of Cartersville Living brings us closer to our vision of uniting the community, one person, one home, one business at a time. Kingdom. What is this? The Lion King? Before we dive in, of course, wherever you're listening right now, if you're new here, welcome. Go ahead on Apple, YouTube, Spotify, wherever you're at right now. Just click that follow button so that when new conversations come out every week, you don't miss them. We're putting some absolute heaters out, y'all. So I wouldn't want you to miss them. It's good stuff. So please follow wherever you're listening. And of course, follow on social media, all of the platforms, wherever you follow Paris Hilton or Brad Pitt, follow me too. Follow at Your Morning Drive. And that's where you'll get episode announcements, clips, and everything in between. My guest today is a seasoned food service director at Manor Lake Assisted Living with over 17 years of experience in senior living, leading with compassion, purpose, and a deep-rooted faith. Inspired by her mother's work ethic, she views her role as more than a career. It's a ministry, serving others while reflecting God's love through her leadership and care. Her excellence hasn't gone unnoticed, earning back-to-back Executive Director Awards, a GSLA Hero Award nomination, and first place in the FSD Cooking Challenge. A certified Serve Safe professional and proctor, she brings both skill and integrity to everything she does. Outside of work, she channels her creativity into baking and cake design and finds her greatest joy in her family as a proud mother of 3 and grandmother of 5. Please welcome my new friend, Miss Jamie Hibberts. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
So excited.
Very.
So
Yeah.
nervous.
Yes, very nervous. I have the little allergy thing going on too, so
God, it's the worst.
yes.
All last week, I woke up and I was like, oh my God, I'm sick. And my wife was like, no, you just have allergies. And I had like the runny nose and the not even like a headache. I just had runny nose and no cough. But what was the other thing that was happening to me? I don't know. But just the worst.
Yes.
Just the worst. And I got confident a couple weeks ago and I was like, man, I'm doing great. Nope. Horrible.
Yeah.
Maybe the worst allergy situation I've had in years, actually, was just this last weekend. But goodness gracious, I guess I'm coming on the other side of it, but my voice still isn't gotten the memo yet.
Yeah. That's me. I'm very croupy.
Yeah.
Head congestion, but
Yeah.
be okay.
Yeah. Thank God. I mean, if that's the worst of my problems, I think we're doing okay, right?
Yes.
Well, Jamie, thank you for being here. This is really cool.
Well, thank you for having me. Yeah.
What's it like if you're anything like me? I was on the cover of the magazine for March, and even me doing like this, like full time, it still was weird. It was a weird experience.
Yes.
Very thankful for it, of course, but very just very odd and out of pocket, I guess.
Right.
How would you say the process has been? I mean, this is the week that people are listening to this is the week that the magazine's out. So people know and people are reading it already and people are seeing it. So like,
Yes. Well, it's very exciting for one, but it's very out of my element, because I'm one that's very to myself, I guess. So
really?
yes. So
Always been that way?
pretty much, yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's weird, like, especially with, like, Ann Say, who's just amazing and
Mhm.
very comforting,
Yes.
and accommodating. Even that, she was like, "Okay, you're not gonna be to yourself after I'm done with you or whatever."
Right.
And, it still is weird, you know, having a photo shoot. I was like, the last
Yes.
photo shoot I had was my high school graduation photos.
Right.
So, just a weird experience, but very cool
Yeah.
and huge
Most
for Manor Lake as well.
yes, most definitely. Yes. Very, very honored by and my staff's very excited about the magazine coming out as well. It's yeah, it's very exciting.
In the magazine too, when we were talking about how we were going to do this, and by we, I mean me and Anne and Caitlin, you aren't per se the only person that's being highlighted in this month. You know, it's you along with your team.
Right.
But there was like, oh man, how are we going to get 10 different microphones or however many of you there
Right.
are? And how are we going to get 10 of you either in here or somewhere else? Logistically, from a technology standpoint, it would have been very
Right.
complicated. So I was like, how about I just get the I assume if there's a team of chefs, there's one head chef
Yes.
or two head chefs or
Yes.
something. And Ken was like, yeah, Jamie. And I was like, let's get Jamie then. So a big deal for you, but also a really cool deal for the rest of the people you work with every
Oh,
day.
yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I mean, they've worked very hard, and they deserve the recognition as well.
Yeah, it's really, really neat, and I can't wait to read it myself. And Anne just does such a great job with with the covers of the magazines too, and her photography really brings out. I saw she sent me the link to the gallery the other day of the photos that she took, and she did a great job. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
I'll show you afterwards. But they look great. So, Jamie, before we kind of go into Manor Lake and what you're doing now and
Mhm.
what you guys have gone going on over there, let's go back. Let's go back to young Jamie.
Okay.
Where are you from? Parents, siblings? Were you cool in high school? Kind of give me the Jamie origin story.
Okay.
Your morning drive is also present to us by Good Days Canned Cocktails. Good Days are a classic cocktail brand created in a convenient, ready to drink canned format for any occasion, whether it's a pool day, a boat day, a beach day, a graduation, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, anything in between. Good Days are there for you. Good Days are ahead when they are in your cooler, your fridge, your anything in between. Good Days has your back. If you want to be one of the first to try their drink, you can do so by visiting drinkgooddays.com/pages/find-us to find a store near you selling their drink. Of course, you must be 21 years of age to consume and purchase.
Let's see. Well, I'm from Calhoun, Georgia. I still live in Calhoun. So I grew up in Calhoun, and I have 3 siblings. I have 2 older sister and a younger brother. I have, parents. My father passed when I was 12,
Oh,
so
wow.
yeah,
Sorry.
that was but so I learned a lot watching my mother and, taking care of all of us.
Were you no, that's great. That's exactly what I asked.
Okay.
So dad passed early on
Yes.
and you saw mom bust her hump.
Yes.
And like I
And it
kind of
still does.
hinted at in the intro of you saw her work ethic probably from a very early age.
Most definitely, yes.
What was that like? I mean, what did she I mean, I don't want to pry too much, but was dad sick? Was it
He was.
okay.
Yes, yes. But yeah, he passed, like I said, I was 12, so, I really don't wanna tell my age, but, uh, so I was very young, and we all was very young. You know, mom had to go to work and still take care of family of 4 children by herself, so, yeah, she worked really hard and showed us all how to work very hard, in life, so still taught us about God and keeping her strong in faith. So yeah, I mean, I learned a lot from her, watching
Yeah.
her, and she's very inspiring.
She ever remarry?
She did remarry.
Okay.
She did. She's been remarried, I don't know, 20, 30 years now.
Oh
So
wow, good for them.
yeah.
Yeah. Is that weird, especially at a young age? Like, seeing had it been a minute since your dad passed that she started seeing other people? Was that weird as a kid for you?
It was, but, there again, her being happy was very important as well. Um, I myself have been a single mom for 25 years, so, I know how hard she had it,
Yeah.
especially back in those days. But, yeah, it it's a lot, for, a mom to take on the role of mother and dad, husband and wife, and do it, but, like I said, by watching her and learning from her was inspiring, and I think it not just with myself, but my siblings as well, because we all have careers very strong in our faith and in our work ethic.
And so with you, you were the 3rd oldest, just your younger brother below you, right?
Correct.
So you and your siblings, not only did you see mom bust her hump, but then you and your siblings probably tried to do whatever you could to take anything you could off of mom's plate.
Yes.
So if it meant like your older siblings like taking you to school or whatever the age difference is there, like
Right.
you guys like stepping in, and so I assume you guys grew up real fast, like
Yeah,
from like a mental, like, maturity standpoint, right?
most definitely, yeah. We had to. So, yeah, we had to. So we kinda leaned on each other and learned from each other, and but most of all, learning from her.
And doing that and making everything happen every month, I'm sure some of that early on stuff that you guys went through, did some of that bleed into your career kind of when it comes to, like, working with a team of people? I feel like you probably could take a lot of the stuff that you guys did growing up and apply it
Oh, yes,
to.
most definitely. Like with my staff now, I tell them every day is a learning process. So we have to lean on each other and learn from each other too. So everything that have learned from her, I've took into my work, and I think that's what makes me enjoy my role so much more too.
Sure. Sure, that makes total sense. Okay, so you grew up here in Calhoun, went through were you cool in high school?
I don't know what I don't know
Were you
what cool
invited
is.
were you invited to the parties, Jamie?
I didn't go to the parties,
Neither
no.
did I. I was not invited. They didn't want me there. If I showed up, they were just like,
Right, who's
"Asked
that?
that weirdo to come." So finish school, and then what's your first move after you're done with high school?
After I was done with high school, actually, I went to cosmetology school for a little bit. So,
Really?
my career path, total different route from what I was planning from high school. But by that, I was a mom right after high school too. So I was a very young mom. So life, just had to take on life, the
Grab it by
best
the
I could.
horns, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And so you went to cosmetology school. So I guess what I wanna ask before I say this is, from an early age, you didn't necessarily plan to be where you're at now.
A-
Like, you didn't
Absolutely
have
not.
this passion for
Yeah,
food service or food in general, or
right.
that wasn't something that was growing within you your entire upbringing.
Right. It was just watching mom do what she had to do to take care of everyone. But yeah, um my path was totally different at that time. But then eventually I end up getting back into food service.
Okay.
Um and then I worked with the school system for a little bit. And then I started with assistant living too. And there I found just a whole nother love for it. I think no matter what I do is I tried to make others happy. So working with the seniors is, just delightful me, because, they're happy, and then if I make something for them, then I try to make it better the next round just to see them being happy with it. So, and that's probably with anything, anyone. Um, I'm just a people person. I try to make everyone happy.
Yeah. You're a people pleaser too.
Yes.
It bothers you if you have an interaction with someone and it goes south. Even
Oh,
if it's
most
not your
definitely.
fault, it bothers you.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I'm the
Very.
same way.
Yes.
You take relationships very seriously.
Yes. I do.
Yeah, that's admirable. I think that that just shows, and I kinda said it in the introduction kind of, but, it's more than what you're doing is more than just a career. It's more of a ministry because you're serving people, yes, literally, but also figuratively as well.
Right. Right.
And so with that said about your mom kinda teaching you guys, and probably your dad too before he got sick, that faith is very important.
Most
You guys have
definitely.
always been raised that way.
Yes. We have. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Tell me about, so you went to cosmetology school and you
Mhm.
were a young mom. At what
Mhm.
point did the cosmetology school stuff drop off?
Probably where it was, honestly, I cannot even remember that far back, but it was probably to the point where, I just had to focus on taking care of my family financially. So, that's why I just went back into food service and just grew from there.
Yeah. Yeah. And so at what point, I mean, so as I've said, you are the lead chef, head chef
Mhm.
at Manor Lake.
Right.
And how does one go from being in food service to head chef? Like, how do you, yeah, very open-ended question there, I suppose, but,
Okay.
uh,
Well, I mean, for one, culinary school, but honestly, especially senior living, you have to have passion for it. You have to have a servant's heart to take care of others no matter what role you're doing in senior living. Working with companies like such, you grow within, not just, just you look at it more than just a job.
yeah.
And so, and then once you apply yourself more, then, you know, you're thrilled on what you can do, builds up confidence from you, from your team. And others, just like, okay, I can do this. So, it's just how much you apply yourself, no matter what role you really do, whether it's, just a cook, dishwasher, head chef, you take the steps to grow.
So when you got to Manor Lake, did you come in as the role that you're at, or did you kind
I
of
did.
okay.
Yes.
So they were in need of a new
Well,
leader.
I actually started with Manor Lake prior before opening.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So you've
So
been there from the get-go.
I have.
Oh,
Mhm.
wow.
Yes.
That's amazing. What was
Yeah.
that like? Because then that just means that you, along with management of the entire facility, but you got to kind of orchestrate the
Right.
processes and all that. What was that like?
That was very interesting. I mean, but seeing from day 1, and then watching us grow is very I mean, like I said, it's very interesting, but, yeah, I was there probably, like, a month prior before opening day, like, unpacking the kitchen. It's like opening a whole 'nother restaurant, which I've never done before, but it was really fun. So, I think that's another thing of why I've really take on so much with Manor Lake is because, that's always been home, and I made the kitchen, I made the dining my baby, like, "Okay, what can we grow from?" So, yeah, it was very interesting to do that.
And then when it came to bringing more people onto the team, I assume you have a lead role in that as well.
Yes, same as any job interview process, and, you know, are they talented, skilled for it. But it also goes back of how much passion they have because you have to be able, like I said, to have a servant's heart for the seniors.
You have to have a level of patience too,
Most definitely.
because we love our seniors, but
Yes,
golly, sometimes those seniors, they know what they want.
right.
And if they don't get what they want, the way that sounds weird, but you know what people know what I mean, and
Right,
you know what I
right.
mean. Like
Yeah,
they have a level of expectation, and if that expectation isn't met, whereas like for me, like I always say that like if I'm at a restaurant and I've worked in a restaurant, so I get it that like they're backed up, all the kitchen's probably under a lot of pressure, they're backed
yeah,
up, like it's not the server's fault. all kinds of things.
Mhm.
So it's got to be doomsday for me to like complain about something at a
Right.
restaurant. But like my grandparents, they're just like, hey. And I'm like, oh
Mhm.
God, no. Like,
Yes.
don't, please, no. Don't embarrass us.
Right.
They're doing their best, Grandpa. I promise.
Right.
And so you have to have that level of
You
patience.
do.
And I'm sure most, if not all, of the folks that you guys serve and take care of over there are very kind and loving people. But, you know, I say all that, but like, no matter your age, like, if something's wrong at a restaurant, all
Oh,
people
really?
complain.
Right.
So when it comes to like interviewing chefs to like add on to your team, like how, of course there's an interview like any
Right.
job, but do you go and like
I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
you're okay. Is there like a food element to it? Like do you ask them to prepare a dish for that for
I
you at all?
don't at that present time. I don't. I have before because unfortunately in senior living, you do have a big turnover, whether it's care staff or food staff, but you do have a big turnover. So I kind of like do a tour of the building to see the interaction with the residents because anyone's teachable as long as they're willing to learn. So the interaction with the residents is what I'm looking for at that time.
Hey guys, let's talk about another partner of the podcast, Branded and Devoted Designs. Are you looking to level up your company's merch game? Your brand deserves better than boring swag. If you contact Branded and Devoted Designs, you can level up with custom hats, shirts, tumblers, mugs, and more that your customers and clients will brag about. Go to www.brandedanddevoteddesigns.com to make your brand stick out. Mention that Logan from Your Morning Drive sent you, and they will give you 10% off of your order. That's brandedanddevoteddesigns.com. Tell them Logan sent you from Your Morning Drive for 10% off your order. So when you're looking at these people, then if you're not testing them on like their like if you're not being Gordon Ramsay per se, and you're not
Right.
looking over their shoulder watching them cook something, I mean, is it especially in senior living where there is high turnover, do you do your best to coach, or if people aren't getting it and it's noticeable within the first week, 2 weeks, are they out, or you do your best to like coach them and
I do my best to coach them because, like I said, if anyone's teachable as long as they're willing to learn. Um, but and it's a lot of one on one at that time. Um, I have to say with my staff now, I mean, I've got staff that's been with me over a year or so, so we're doing really good compared to other facilities, communities. But yeah, you know, it's pretty simple. It's just for one, you have to know their likes and dislikes. So, Chef Ramsay can come down and make the best dish ever, but if he doesn't have a relationship with the residents, they're not going to like it because it's going to go based on the relationship, the bond that they have. They could sit there and say, "Oh, well, who's in the kitchen?" And if it's one of their little favorites, then of course they're going to be happy. But, it's just really getting to know the residents and their likes and dislikes.
what are some of the most like favorite dishes that you guys prepare? Like the kind that like it's on them. I assume I only know however much I know because my wife's grandmother is in assisted living at oh god, the name's escaping me, but it'll come to me later. But I think she gets like a menu at the beginning of every week so she can see what's being served throughout the week. So like what's the thing that people like flock to the
Okay.
dining room to because they're like, "Oh my god, it's that time of the week that we get
Oh,
this."
well, that it could be different things. They like a lot of the country cooking. But, like, with us, we try to provide more of a I have worked in communities where they've got the menu at the beginning of the week, and they kinda just mark what they want, but we try to provide, like, a dining service. So we have, like, servers at the table, taking their order and turning it into the kitchen, doing a lot of cook to order at that time for them, because a lot of residents don't get to go out. So we try to bring that in-house to them.
Give them like that experience of
Right,
going to a dine-in restaurant with their
right,
family.
but still make it home-like for them also.
It's really nice.
But
That's really nice. Yeah, I don't know, I don't know because I've never stayed at a assisted living facility,
Right.
so I don't know how it works, but so with most of these places is it a menu that I know you might not be able to speak for it because you've been at Manor Lake for so long, but, like,
Right.
other facilities, are they menu and that's what you get, or do people get to order whatever they want whenever they want to? Like
Well, it varies at other communities. Manor Lake's my 4th community that I have worked
okay,
in, so, assistant living. But, it varies, like, we have our daily special changes,
okay.
but then we have, like, an always available menu where they can order that any time of the day also. Other places, I'm not sure, but I've heard sometimes you just get, what they
Get what you
prepare.
get, yeah.
Yeah, but we try to I mean, it's their home,
Yeah,
so we try to provide the best we possibly can for
sure.
them.
If Steve wants a hamburger every single day for the rest of his life, well, damn it, Steve's gonna get
Eh
that hamburger.
right, if it's in-house, then most definitely fix it for him, that's his groceries at the end of the day, that's
Yeah.
what he's paying for, so, you know, we're there to serve him.
Yeah. So that's really cool that they get that experience. That's really nice because I feel like, God, I really wish I remember where my wife's grandma stays. It's in Ackworth. It's across the street from that movie theater. God, what is it called? Catherine, speak to me, please. Tell me where your grandma stays. God, I have no idea. No, I have to look it up. I have to look it up. I have to. My brain is gonna bug me until the cows come home if I don't figure it out. Ackworth Assisted Living Facility. God, where's Celebration Village.
Okay.
God, that bugged the hell out of me. But yeah, I think the few times that we've been to visit my grandmother, my wife's grandma, my grandma now, it was that similar experience, the dine-in experience to the point where I was like, "Oh, I thought there was just gonna be a buffet." I never knew, but
Right,
before my Meemaw passed, she and my grandpa have always lived, like, just in a home, but then after grandma passed, grandpa now lives in an assisted living facility. So for the longest time, I didn't even know how an assisted living facility, like, worked at all. I
right.
didn't know there was a difference between assisted living and then, like, the independent living. Like,
Mhm.
I just thought that everybody got their butts wiped,
Right,
for lack of a better term, you know? But once I met my wife and visited her grandma a couple times, I was like, "Oh god, so some people just live on their own and they don't get the care." It's
right.
just that they're a part of that community and they can make friends on the bingo nights or the crafting days
Exactly,
and stuff
yeah,
like that. So I'm glad you mentioned that you've worked at 4 different facilities.
right.
What do you think puts Manor Lake apart from those other ones? Either
Oh.
from a food perspective or just a broad kind of
I would say care, care about the residents. They care about it's not just we're here to make a profit, they care. They try to make it their home as much as possible from the care staff, from the dining staff, activities. They make it a home for the residents there.
okay, very good. Very good. That's good to know because you hear horror stories
Right.
sometimes of these places and the last place we wanna put our seniors is at a place that they're treated like a number on a spreadsheet.
Most definitely.
Because like, I'm thinking about my Meemaw and my grandpa, like, if I found out that they're staying at a place that was treating them like shit, even though they live across the country, I'd fly out there and
Right.
race some you know what. But it's good to hear that a place like Manor Lake has that reputation
Right.
too.
And it's not just about, caring for the residents, but also they care for their staff. And it's a process that we all grow together, to make, like I said, each day better, but also to make the community better because we also have independent living, we have assistant living, and we have memory care. So, we're a big community. So it's all pulling together.
This might be a dark question,
Okay.
but when someone passes, is that it sounds stupid when I say it too, but is that a real big deal to y'all? Like, in terms of, like, the staff?
Oh, yes, most definitely. Yeah. 'Cause we get very connected with the residents. It's not just, like I said, we're not just there for a paycheck. Um, it's like having 100 grandparents. You speak about your grandparents, but it's like having 100 of them, that you're with every day, and that you're trying to take care of, and also not just taking care of and serving them, but you learn so much from them as well. They have so many life stories that they can share, so much wisdom they, share with the staff, and it's big connection that you grow, a good relationship with the residents.
Mm, I like that. I like that a lot. Um, let's see, let me think here. All right, let's get away from assisted living. Let's go back. With the enhancement of that meal experience for seniors, do you ever find that some people, like, obviously, I'm sure Manor Lake is like Celebration Village and that I could go pick up Catherine's grandma and we could go take her to lunch somewhere else. Do you ever find that people are like, well, we prefer it here better because we just enjoy that service that much more because of that extra care? Do you ever find that?
Oh, yeah, most definitely, yes, and we have a lot of family members come in to dine with us as well. Um, so, yeah, I think it's very important to have that, um, because, like, yes, we all want that experience of going out, getting out of the house for a little bit, but, um, why not bring it to them, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's really admirable. That's really cool. That's the kind of now I'm sad thinking about the people that don't have that experience.
right,
The fact that it feels not about the spreadsheet thing, but it feels like you're not dining in at a restaurant because
mhm,
like you said, like, especially because the reality is, folks, these assisted living places aren't cheap.
right,
There's some that are more affordable for others, but or than others, I should say, but that this might be the only money that that senior gets spent on them a month, so their experience should be as, as top notch as they can
right,
be. So, some people might never get groceries or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Their experience only might be with you and your staff.
yes.
You're overseeing kind of a lot of the kitchen operations. Do you manage as well, like, the wait staff? Hey guys, I want to talk to you a little bit about the company that makes your morning drive happen every week. Are you looking to elevate your business and your brand? Hammerhead Creations is here to help. They offer top tier marketing services, including social media management, website design, and Google page optimization, ensuring your business reaches the right audience. Whether it's a side hustle or your full time grind, their expert team, me, is ready to help you grow. Plus, if you're into podcasting like me, Hammerhead Creations offers full support for both in house shows and external podcast creation. From concept to production, we will help you bring your ideas to life. Visit www.hammerheadcreations.com and discover how we can take your business or your podcast or both to the next level. Hammerhead Creations, swim with the big sharks.
I manage the whole
The
front of the
whole
house and back of the
Okay,
house. Mm.
okay. Do you find that it's easier to which is easier to manage, front or back?
It has its days,
Yeah,
but yeah, it has its days. I love the front of the house where I can have the interaction, with the residents and guests, but then the back of the house, I love it. Uh, you know, all the way around, I like it pretty well because, I mean, I have a great team, so even front of the house or the back of the house, um, they're all willing they're all open to redirection and to make things better.
sure,
Yeah,
sure. You put in the extra care and treat them like they're your own family and
right,
stuff, and if you can tell that someone that on the front of house isn't, let's just say they're just there for a paycheck, which on one hand, you're thinking, we all gotta live, we all gotta work, and for some
right,
people, this might not be their bread and butter, they're just trying to work. But
right.
do you prefer to make sure that most of your people don't think that way?
Most
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying?
Yes, most definitely. I tried to instill in them, um, for one, like I said, building a relationship with the residents because of their stories and their wisdom. That we learn a lot from them. Um, but we also have to be able to learn a lot from each other, staff wise, and I think once it's hard for anyone not to get into that line of work and not fall in love with it. It may not be for them, but the ones that it's not for them, they usually weigh theirself out.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you don't have to do anything.
Right. Right.
Life just takes its course
Right.
and people
Most
will come
definitely.
and go.
Yeah.
That makes sense. What is one of your Ooh, this is fun because Jamie, I've gone on the record multiple times with a lot of people, whether they're in food service or not. And I've always said, like, if we should require people to work in a restaurant for at
Yes.
least 6 months because you learn so much about customer service, about teamwork, about making sure the ship doesn't burn down
Right.
every single day. It's the
Right.
same thing. And you close up, you clean up for the night, and then you come back in the next morning and you do it all again. What are some things that you think really teach people well about working in food service?
Really teaches people well. Um,
Like what kind of skills do people like after they leave you working for you, like what skills would they walk away with?
I don't know, I could laugh and say perfection, but but that's not so, because I can be really hard on them at times because,
You a hard boss?
uh, at times I can
Yeah.
be, yes. Um, but I have high expectations, and I think we should in food service altogether. Um, but I think they can walk away with confidence. Um, they can walk away with, knowing more about sanitation of what all it takes for the kitchen, how important food safety is, and how easily someone could get sick. But then, most of all, I think they can walk away with growth if they really believe in their self and take lessons that they've learned from food service. They can grow within. Whether it's at another restaurant, assisted living, whatever they may be, maybe they say, okay, I learned this. We all have that boss or that mentor that we learned something from that we will never forget. I try to be that person. I don't want someone to look at me as if, I wouldn't work for her again, but they would have high expectations for their self as well.
Sure. Sure, yeah, that's admirable, I like that. Yeah, after I worked in a restaurant, I was like, "Yo, we need to make everyone do this when they're in
Yeah,
high
most
school."
definitely.
Because whether it's a sit-down restaurant or if it's just fast food like Chick-fil-A or
Hmm.
McDonald's, like, everybody needs to learn because that you don't know teamwork until you've worked at a
Right.
restaurant. Like,
Right.
I thought I knew teamwork, but that was not it.
Yes.
That was not it. It was I mean, I still in that restaurant lifestyle, it follows you to the rest of your life too because, like, I still it's been 10 years or so since I've been out of a restaurant, but I still say "heard" or "behind you" or "corner," like,
Yes.
when I'm coming into a room because that stuff, like, you say it so much and you live it when you're there, especially when it's busy and you guys are just running around and
Right.
everyone's not scrambling, but you know what I mean. Everyone's running
Hmm.
around like chickens, and it just stays with you, and so
Yes.
still to this day, like, I'll say, like, "Alright, heard," and people are like, "Heard?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's a restaurant thing. If it
Yeah.
clearly whoever has questioned me has never worked in a restaurant.
Right.
But those who have, I just thought of that. Those who have never questioned me, they get it.
They get it.
Look at that. Shout out to all the people who get it. Is there anything that you haven't done yet at Manor Lake in terms from like a dish that you'd really like to prepare or throw on the menu? Like, is there anything that you guys haven't done yet that you'd really like to like introduce? Or have
Mm.
you checked all your boxes?
I haven't said I checked all my boxes, but I cannot think of one at this point in time. Um, you know, it may be like a theme night, like around the world foods or something like that. But
And is all that stuff like that, like right there, like if we want to say like, okay, tonight is gonna be, you know, French night or whatever,
right.
is that all your call? You
Yeah,
organize the whole like no one from any other department of Manor Lake is questioning it. You're the one that's
I'll
running the
be
show.
doing the show on that. Yes. Now, I may, like, pull activities director in to help me out, like costumes or props or something like that, but it would be my whole team, um, production show, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's really fun. Yeah, theme nights are always fun. I've realized that recently people really love theme nights, just
Yes.
for any kind of business.
Right.
People love a theme.
Yes.
Themed trivia, themed birthday parties, even as adults, I keep getting invited to themed birthday
Right.
parties. I'm like, at first I was like, this is lame, but now I'm like, this is kind of fun. Getting to dress up and be different. That's why
Right.
I
Be
love
different.
Halloween
Yeah.
so much, is
Yeah.
because I get to dress up and be something stupid or be
Right.
something weird for one night. It's fun. And stuff like that also, like, that's the not to make it sound so sad, but stuff like that is the only real, like, experiences that some of those people ever see for the rest of their
Yeah.
lives
Most
is
definitely.
whatever wherever they end up at assisted living or independent living or whatever, like, that's a lot of what they experience for the rest of their life, so, like, doing whatever you guys can throughout, whether it's from the kitchen side or just, like, the care or whatever, like, it really something cool and new will really spice up their week.
Mhm. Yeah.
So that's really awesome. So Jamie, when I have people in here, I ask them towards the end a collection of questions that have nothing to do with what we just talked about. They're very first date questions, but it's just we just got to know Manor Lake a little bit, but
Yeah.
now we're going to get to know who you are just like as a person. So, what is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie. I'm just thinking of childhood
Yeah.
Dirty Dancing, I guess you could
Oh
say.
yeah, good
Yeah.
one. Yeah. Very good. Jamie, do you like music?
I do.
If you got to organize and it sounds crazy me even asking that question because most people are like, "Who doesn't?" I'm like,
Right.
I've had a couple people that are like, "Yeah, I just don't listen to music." I'm like, "What do you do? In
Right.
the car, when you're
Yeah.
working, when you're just trying to relax, in the shower?" I have full concerts in the shower, Jamie. But when you are going to put together a music festival,
Yes.
what are your 3 who are your 3 headliners? You get to pick them.
Oh, my 3 headliners,
They could be alive or dead.
alive or dead. I would probably say Jimmy Buffett,
Who
Kenny Chesney, and I cannot think of another,
well,
but
those 2 right
those
there.
yeah, who
You could
else do
throw
you
Alan
need?
Jackson in with
Yeah,
them
maybe.
or Zac Brown
Yeah,
Band or whatever you want to round off that beach country kinda
right.
vibe. That's my favorite
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite kinds of country is beach
yes.
life country. Jimmy
But who else
Buffett,
do you need?
would
So
would you consider this is maybe a dumb question, so people please don't come for me. Would you consider Jimmy Buffett country? Or was he more, like, poppy at the time, but he, like, bled into country because he did so many songs
I
with
think he kind
people
of bled
like
into it in a
yeah,
way, but I don't think it's more this I wouldn't even look at it as pop.
but I don't wanna call it rock either
Right.
'cause
He's
it's too mellow for
yeah,
rock.
he's just in a
His own
category of
lane.
his own. Yeah.
Yeah.
On another
Someone told
level.
me once it was like coastal country, and I was
Yeah.
like, "I like that." You could throw
Yeah.
Kenny in there, and you could throw a couple artists now in that genre, and
Right.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
It's a good lineup, I really like that. This is a fun one for you. You're going out to eat, Jamie, it doesn't matter where you're at. Let's say you're
Yeah.
trying a new restaurant.
Right.
You're looking at the appetizer menu.
Mhm.
What 3 appetizers, no matter where you go, are like almost like a panic order of like, I don't know, but I'll have this because I love this anywhere else I go." You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I'm always gonna order like a soft pretzel if I see it on the menu somewhere. What's like
Right.
3 of yours that are always like, "Well, if nothing else, I'll get that because it's a safe
Mm,
bet for you,"
a safe bet for me, appetizer-wise. 3 of them.
or as many as you can do.
Okay, maybe cheese sticks. Fall back. Some type of Santa Fe egg roll
There you go.
and some kind of onion blossom or something.
Okay, very good. That's a good lineup. We like that. Jamie, on a day that you're not working, which I'm
Yes.
sure is, few and far between, how would you take care of yourself? What's self-care like for Jamie?
Um, a lot of praying. Self-care. Well, I mean, I do love to shop, so, whether it's online shopping or just going out somewhere else. I love to bake, so that's another thing, like, as you spoke about the cakes earlier, I go into a whole nother level with it. I love just spending time with my family, just trying to relax.
And are y'all real close?
We are, yes.
Close in relationship, but also close in proximity? Is everyone somewhat kinda
Pretty much, except for my oldest daughter, she lives in Jackson, Tennessee, so
okay,
she's, like, 6 hours away from here, so
but everyone else is kinda
yes,
right around the corner.
yes.
Sweet, love
That's a
that.
good thing we got technology and
FaceTime and
yeah.
video chats and all the fun things that make it easy. What would be something that people would be surprised to know about you? Something that makes someone go, "Jamie, really? I had no idea."
Oh, no.
A fun fact. Trying to think of one about me. People would be surprised to know that I could put my fist in my mouth. Don't ask how I figured that out. I figured it out in, like, middle school, and I've been able to do it, like, ever since, and I'm
Ever
not gonna do it
since.
right now for you, Jamie, because I have a sore tooth. I had a little operation back
Yeah,
there a while back.
well, I cannot do that. Others would be surprised that I probably would be able to. I'm not sure. I mean,
Or, like, a guilty pleasure.
not sure.
Like, kinda going back to the movie thing, like, if I have a really rough day, and I need something to just have on in the background, I'm gonna throw on, like, Toy Story, like or
Really?
any classic, like, Disney movie, like The Lion King, The Jungle Book, even The Little Mermaid. I really, for whatever reason, like, that's the princess movie that I'm like, "I'm down with The Little Mermaid." So
Yeah.
if I have a really bad day, a classic Disney flick is going on.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Mm. I don't know, I cannot really think of one at this point in time because, I think anyone who knows me pretty well. So, I've always been pretty much an open book. So, the ones that are close to me are in, small town Calhoun, they all know
Sure.
me pretty well. So, I cannot think of anything that would surprise someone.
Well, that makes total sense given what you just said. Jamie, thanks for coming by and hanging out with me for a
Thank you
little
for
bit.
having
You
me.
did great. You did great. So
Very
nervous
nervous.
going into it, and halfway through, I was like, "Oh, she's great. It's great."
I don't know, still very nervous. I hope you can do well with this.
Nah, we'll do
Get
great.
it,
We'll
get
do
it.
great. Do you wanna promote Manor Lake in any way?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, go for it.
Yes.
Promote it.
Yeah, I mean, anyone that would love to come by for a tour and, I mean, even do the dining experience with us, you can call the building and let them know, and we would be happy to give them a tour, show them the facility, the community. Jan Little is our marketing director. You can contact her. Craig Jones is our executive director. Cronin, um, Arian is our business office director. Any of those would be happy to give you a tour and just enjoy the dining, meal service and see exactly what we're, trying to enhance and enhancing every day. Meet the staff, meet the residents. It's very lovely place.
Awesome. Well, guys, I'll make sure to I throw the link to Manor Lake's website in the description of the episode so that if you were intrigued in anything we talked about, you can go ahead and scroll down and tap on it and get straight to Manor Lake's site and check it out. Book that tour if you've got someone in your life that's about to enter that stage in their life where they're going to need a little extra help on a day-to-day basis and you can't do it or don't want to do it. Call Manor Lake. I'm sure they've got space and staff that's ready to help.
Right.
So,
And that's one thing I've tried to instill in my staff daily. Our residents, they don't just come there to die. They come there to live. So it's up to us to give them the best life possible. So, yeah, come check us out.
yeah, I love that. That's a really nice way to put that. Well, very good. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. If you're new here, of course, make sure you're following along on social media and you are following on wherever you're listening, whether it's Apple, YouTube, Spotify, or beyond. We thank you very much. Thank you to Cartersville Living for setting it all up. We will catch you guys next time. Bye bye.